Hi, and welcome to the career research assignment for the advisory classroom. In this assignment, you'll already needed to have done the career interest inventory and gotten your career clusters so that you can have all relevant data so that you can pick a career cluster and eventually a career in that. So if you haven't done that yet, that's the first thing you'll need to be doing in this. It is important to state that we have some very hard dates that we have to meet, and that if you do not do this assignment, it will be impossible for you to complete your final for this class. So it's important that we know what we're doing in this assignment. So you're going to select a specific career from your career clusters, and then you're going to look at different careers within that career cluster and choose a career that interests you. You're going to do research on this career, primarily using the internet. I'm going to provide some sites on the website so that you will not have too much difficulty doing this assignment in the end. All right, but what we're going to need for this assignment is, first, you're going to give me a description of what your career cluster is. You're going to look at it and delve deeper into it. Then you're going to give me the career that you've chosen within that career cluster. You're going to tell me about what are the job prospects for this particular career, both now, currently, and in the future. You're going to look at the available jobs and where those locations for those jobs are. A perfect example of this would be if you were going to do oil rigging. All right, there's not a lot of oil in Chicago, and so you couldn't do that job in Chicago. But you could actually go to like North Dakota, Alaska, Texas, and find a lot of jobs in that job category. So it's we're looking to see where you can get jobs in your specific career. Then we're going to look at what are the expected salary ranges for that, and then where are the available jobs located. We're also going to look at duties and responsibilities for the type of career that you have. So you're going to want to know what you'll be responsible for doing once you get that career, whether it's a low-level career or a mid-level career. You're going to look at professional organizations. I'd really like you to at least find one that you can get that has student organizations, so that you can, once you go into college, you'll be able to access those different organizations in your career of choice. Then I'm going to have you also look at colleges and or other training preparation that you're going to need to do. Not all jobs require us to do college, but we have to look and see what training is available, and then also look at the actual courses that schools are offering for your particular major, and what GPAs are those schools looking for to get you accepted, and what are your SAT scores needing to be for you to be accepted into that type of institution. So how can I complete the project? So I wanted to give you a choice for this assignment. So you can either do a general paper, which is going to have to be a minimum of 3 pages in length. You have to use a 12-point font. It's going to be double spaced. The margins are going to be 1 inch on each side, and you need to use Times New Roman font. That is the standard for all colleges and most high school papers when you do them. If you don't want to do the paper, we can do a PowerPoint presentation. The minimum is 14 slides. I would probably say with everything that you're doing, you're probably going to end up 22 slides to get a good solid A. Please do not use just pictures in there and have like a little typing. There should be a lot of text in there, not an overabundant amount of text, but that should be you trying to give information as opposed to you just putting colorful pictures in there. And if you're if you're saying you want to do nursing and all of a sudden you have a construction picture in your PowerPoint presentation, it adds no value, and so I don't want pictures in there that are just there to fill up space and not add value to your actual PowerPoint presentation. All right. Besides those two, you can also do a brochure using Microsoft Word. It's going to be 6-sided. It's going to be a trifold brochure. If you want to learn more about that, please see me and I can help you put that together. If you don't want to do either of those three, you can also do a display poster. It should be a fairly large display poster because you got to have a lot of information, and if you get one of the small ones that they do sell at Walmart, it's not going to be very good, and you're not going to be able to fit all the information you need to fit on there onto your display poster. All right. The other way you can do that is a web page. So you can use Adobe Spark or any other web page that you personally use, but I can show you how to do that, or you can use Google Sites to make your web page. So in both Adobe and the Google Sites are free. You just need to sign up. If you want to do it that way, you can. It'll be just like almost a long-running PowerPoint. All right, you guys have seen some of mine, and hopefully they're graphically and technologically savvy. All right, so those are the different ways in which you can do this project. Just choose one of those ways and let me know. So remember, in this PowerPoint, there are 3 places I really want you to go. First, the career cluster information. That'll take you to a website that'll tell you more about your career cluster, so that you can gather information about different careers within that career cluster. An example of this would be nursing is a specific career, but medical technology or medical is the actual career cluster. And in that career cluster, you'll find not only nursing, you'll find physician assistant, you'll find a doctor, you'll find forensic pathologist, you'll find phlebotomy, x-ray tech and whatnot, EMT, paramedic. So there's a lot of things within those career clusters, and I want you to look at not only the career that you are thinking about currently, but also other careers within that career cluster as well. The second site on here is the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Once you gather or figure out what job you want, you'll be able to go to this website and you'll go in and choose that, or you'll type in your career in their search engine, and then they'll give you a lot of information that you're going to need on that to fill out this packet that I provided you, so that you can get the information you need for your final project. All right. Once you're done gathering all that information, I've also added the third one, which is Princeton Review. That'll help you with the college aspect of this project. What it'll do is it'll take you to Princeton Review. You'll type in your career, and then it'll give you a list of schools that will that offer a program in there. Along with then what you'll do is you'll go to that school that you've chosen and look at that major and whatnot. Look at the SAT scores that you'll need. Look at the GPA you'll need to get into that school, and then also if it's like, let's say it is information technology, look and see what classes you need to take in order to get a degree in information technology. It's important that we look at these things because, like, let's say you want to be an engineer. If you hate mathematics, you're going to have to take in engineering school college algebra, trigonometry, pre-calc, Calc 1, Calc 2, Calc 3, Calc 4, ordinary differential equations, linear geometry, and probably several other math classes. If you hate math, then probably you need to rethink, do I really want to be an engineer or not? Because you're going to need a lot of those math classes to do that. And it's better we look at these things early on than to say, hey, you know what, I just learned I really don't like math, and now I have to think about later on when you're in college about other career paths, so that you can become successful after you're done with college. All right. So, due dates. We're looking at due dates on this slide because I want you to know, hey, we're going to have a rough draft which is due on May 30th, and then on June 6th the final project is due. On June 6th I'll be passing out the the final, and so you can finish the final as soon as you want, or take as long as you need, as long as we get it back before the date of our actual physical final. All right, now the final should only take probably 30 to 45 minutes. This project is actually probably going to take a little bit more time than that to create it. All right, but know that our rough draft date and our final project date, I could push the rough draft maybe a couple days back, but I will not be able to push the final project back. You cannot do the final project until you finish this, so it's imperative that you keep up with these dates. All right. If you have not told me what your career cluster is, your project or your career is from that career cluster, and your project, you need to turn that into me. So with these next two slides, you'll see in your packet a list of how you'll be graded. All right, and so I provided you with the rubric over these next two slides so that you can become familiar with what I'm going to be looking for in your final product, and I'll be grading you on. Please, whether it's your paper, PowerPoint presentation, brochure, website, or poster board, please make sure all of these aspects are included in your project so that you can receive full credit for the assignment, and you can have it. If you make sure everything in here is done, you should have no problem filling out the final and doing the final and not having it take you any amount of time. All right, so make sure that you are in the process of getting all of these things together so that you can get full credit on this assignment. Hey, that's it. Thank you for listening. Hopefully this was beneficial for you, and you understand what is required for you in this project. Please make sure that you adhere to the dates, and if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at the link provided, or just talk to me after class so that you can make sure that you're successful. Please don't ask me like basic questions on the day before this is due, the final draft. Get things in early. I can grade it early, and then I can give you additional feedback. So please be mindful of everything. We're coming down to the end of the school year, and I want to see you be successful, and I want you to understand some of the different things you need to do when you're thinking about different careers in the future. Thanks. Have a great day. If you have any questions, just let me know. Bye.